space is that I've been able to put together a system that allows me to broadcast on multiple channels live from LinkedIn, from my phone, but also from my computer. And that includes LinkedIn, which is a really great tool. And of course, YouTube. So if you missed Monday or Tuesday, feel free to go to Kerbox Media on YouTube. That will be there. We're actually live on there right now. We thank you. Alejandra just subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. All right, without further ado, let me admit the rest of the people and we're going to jump in. I'm going to share my screen here. Hold on a second. Okay. So you've done all this work and you've created content. Now, it does not have to be video. Do all of you see my screen here? Best social media sites?
Yep.
Diane, everybody, okay.
Yep, see it.
So here's the real deal. Okay, this is the story about social media. It's a love-hate relationship for most people. It can literally make your business or it can ruin your business, and it doesn't care which it does. If you are, if you're understanding the power of communicating your brand, and you have a strong sense about doing that without spending your whole day, social media is a great way to connect with people. And so what do I mean by that? I mean, people, when I watch videos, we moved to Florida recently, and when I go into a different area and I want to watch a realtor in an area, the majority of them are really bad videos. But the ones that work is when the agent is like they're in the community, kind of walking and talking and then cutting to the different areas that they're talking about, which we touched on yesterday. But I get a sense of the person, right? I'm looking at, how's this guy dressed? How articulate is it? Is that a guy I would work with? And most of the time, my wife and I say, that looks horrible. That guy does not look professional. That's not a guy I would ever, and I just zip to the next video. And I try and find a person that I can connect with, that I can trust. So top of mind, when you're using social media, be very aware of your brand. What do I mean by brand? Your brand is your unique value proposition. If you're, it doesn't matter whether you're a woman, a man, you're 20 or 30, whatever, take the time to really sit down with a pen and paper and determine, what's your brand, right? Like I'm the, if you're the king or queen of Merritt Island in Florida, right? Set your focus to be the person that's everywhere on Merritt Island. Now, I happened to go to Merritt Island yesterday with Mitch Reback. What a great guy, and what a beautiful area. I mean, it's really amazing. But pick your shtick, so to speak, and really get and be able to bring value, because the consumers that are going to be checking you out, you're not just posting because you got to post this week on Instagram or Facebook, or you're hoping that someone will see your content. That's the wrong attitude right now. The right attitude is, what can I put on social media, my TV channel, right? That is going to make people want to remember me, or want to do business with me, or even better, refer me to other people because of the job I've done. So before we get into any of this, take the time to consider your brand, because your brand represents and communicates everything about you. So that local neighborhood expert, right, that's showing up and filming the farmers markets, that's standing in front of new listings, that's giving a short market update, that is talking about new things that are happening in the community. I'll tell you a quick story. In 2018, Malibu caught fire, and it was a horrible thing. It was one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had. but we were evacuated from Malibu, short story. And I had an opportunity. I realized that Malibu was trapped. There was no fire people. The police were keeping them out. The Coast Guard were keeping out. And these people were trapped. They need food, water. They need all these supplies. So what did I do? I got a friend that has a 150-foot yacht. And so I reached out to a lot of people, and I was able to get that boat to leave port with all of that stuff. Well, I left with a drone guy on there, my son. I left with the LA Times news reporter on there. I left with 34 other people, all posting. And, I'm getting goosebumps because that was really the most emotional experience that I've ever had. And so I was able to just get deeply involved in Malibu, right? In rebuilding after the fire. That story that I did on social media went hundreds of millions of views. I was on the cover of every newspaper in the United States, literally, and on live TV. So find your shtick, be that guy that is bringing, or gal that is bringing value to the community. Okay, so there's my shtick there. So we're going to start right off. Okay, you all know the primary, the big five. You got Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Google My Business, and frankly, if that last one I just mentioned kind of catches you off guard, that's where we're going to start, because Google My Business, really, good, bad, or indifferent. I mean, we all know that the media is really controlling the story, and it's not good. We've lost our rights with social media and the stories they're telling, and they're monitoring all of our data and stuff. It's not right. It's not fair, and it's ruining our country. Putting that aside, the fact is that people are still on Google, right? That's the go-to place. So if you have not Googled your own business, if you've not claimed your Google listing, put that at the top of your list. That is going to be a place. I'm just going to get into it a little bit. Within Google My Business, you're going to be able to put your location. Now, Google doesn't just flop it out to you. They're going to want to check out your location. They're going to want to confirm that you're who you say you are. They're going to want to send you either a piece of mail that you get, or you approve and send back to them. They give you a code. But at the end of the day, now you've got your Google My Business. Well, that's where your reviews are going to live. That's where directions to your business, even if you're a cloud-based, if you're lucky enough to be part of EXP, that's where your people are going to locate you, right? You don't have to make a permanent address, but you need to have one. Also, what's interesting about Google My Business is when you should be posting to Google My Business virtually every time that you post to other social media. It may be more important, and I'll tell you why. If you get your phone and you go, let's say you're in La Jolla, and you go around and you take 25 pictures of La Jolla, and you start to upload those from your phone. And you don't have to do them all at once. But if you start to put those into your Google My Business, what's going to happen is it's called geotagging. And Google knows where those photos came from. It's right there on your phone, and they know. And so all of a sudden, you can really build your brand. I own a service that a company that does a complete analysis of your business. So I'm going to touch on that a little bit. But what we do is we figure that if you're coming into this business, you need to know what others are going to see when they look for you, when they search for you. All your online reviews, your social media, what you're doing, how you're showing up. And so we do that analysis for our clients, and we do it for other people. So if that's some interest, you can always reach out. So Google My Business, starting place. You definitely want to be building that. If you have, I just found a big company today that I'm getting ready to work for, and I went, no Google. They didn't claim Google My Business. And so guess what? When somebody's looking for you, they're going to actually find somebody else, because if you haven't done that. Okay. Somebody, is that you, Diane, on the background or no?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. So how do you choose the social media that's right for your market? We just discussed the big five. I think one of the interesting pieces, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Instagram. Instagram is like candy for kids, right? It comes right back to you. People are following you. They're liking you. It's very interactive. The problem is when you look at the age group of the target of Instagram, it's a younger group. It has gotten older, but it can be. So if you're working a senior market, I wouldn't put a huge amount of time into Instagram. All right. The other, so Instagram is fabulous for video. It has a number of features. You can do what's called Reels, and that is one of the rare times you'll hear me talk about filming vertical, right? You've got the ability to go live. I promised I wouldn't get into live video in this training because it is its own its own. Let me see here. I got to add these people. Live stream is its own animal completely. And if you guys are interested in hearing more about live stream, let me know, and I will definitely consider putting together a training for that. But on Instagram, you do have a very cool feature where when you're live, and by the way, before you go live, make sure you don't have a lot of wind. I know this is very basic stuff. You've got the light coming at your face, none of this dark shadows, crappy, windy, bad audio. And then you can actually invite another person into that live video, invite them in. So let's say Diane Mills and I do business together, we're friends. So if Diane wanted to talk to me about a particular aspect of her business, I could put the word out that, hey, 9 o'clock, Diane and I are going to be talking about social media. And I can bring Diane in and we can talk, while we're live on Instagram. That is a very unused tool, to be candid. I don't use it nearly as much as I can. So you can either use LinkedIn as a vertical, which is Reels. You can use it live. You can use it as almost an instant, platform to do interviews. And of course, it's great for any type of video. But just understand it does have traditionally a younger target audience. All right, so let's go to big bad Facebook. Okay, got a lot of bad stuff, bad rep going on right now with their controlling of the data, the information. I don't know how many of you have tried to run an ad on Facebook. It's become very difficult to run a paid ad on Facebook. Is it a necessary tool? Yes. I mean, it still has a significant amount of viewers, and it can be a place to go. We'll talk about the paid ads later. So one of the pieces that is, I think, most important when you're talking about Facebook and bringing a value, Facebook does not like you posting your real estate listings on your personal page. I know everybody seems to want to do it. Hold on a second. The personal page is for personal stuff. If you muck it all up with just listed, just sold, look at me, blah, 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 number one, I'm number two, it's probably not going to be good. And I'll tell you the truth. They control everything with the algorithm. And the algorithm basically says we want or we don't want other people to see what you're doing. So they've made a number of pages. A business page is probably the simplest place to start. If you're working in Daytona Beach, right, and you really are committed to providing value in Facebook, go ahead and start a Facebook page for your area. Daytona Beach, everything Daytona Beach, right? That's a good one. And be aware that you'll have an opportunity to go on your post and bring value there, right? Again, you can put pictures, you can bring people on, you can go live. There's so much that you can do. So Facebook, definitely a necessary evil. Let's keep going here. Okay, all right, now we're at the fun part. This is where the rubber hits the road. I can't tell you how often I talk to people that have missed LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is the business end of the social media. It is controlling the data right now, still, just like all of the others that we've spoken about. But it has an audience of people that have enough money to buy what you're selling. And it's not cluttered traditionally with the just listed and the just sold, although I must say I've seen a definite uptick, and it kind of ruins LinkedIn. LinkedIn is really an area for you to bring value. And so if you're not posting on social media, if you haven't connected to LinkedIn and got an account there, I highly recommend it. One of the other things that you can do is you can write articles in LinkedIn, and it is a really great, you can pull your images in, do this, do that. I don't know how many of you have assistants to do this. I don't feel it's a smart move to plug you up with all of a sudden you're an author, you're a social media maven, and all of a sudden next thing you know, you don't have any money. So I highly recommend that you get LinkedIn, you consider using it as regularly as you would anything else. And I'll tell you a quick story. This was a fun one. So I heard about through the grapevine in LA, and about a sale that was getting ready to be reported for $177 million. And so I took my crew, and I already lived in Malibu at the time, and we head down the beach, we tromped around, and we shot the video of the property. We made an absolutely gorgeous video of this $177 million. So I had it on LinkedIn the minute that it closed, right? It was a huge story, right? And it went everywhere. So if you've got something going on, and there's some other agents, and they happen to be with EXP, I find without a doubt, this is not an ad for EXP, but the most innovative and hardworking agents I've ever seen are with EXP. They are a level above. But those people are, this guy, I'm not going to mention any names, he's in San Diego. I mean, he's in Sacramento, up in Brent Gove's neighborhood. And he's done a great job, right? He has been out there, he's going through the neighborhoods. He is bringing value, right? What's happening with new construction? So if you were thinking we're going to talk about, posting a picture of you and your dog, or maybe a new listing, forget about it. Social media, if you're going to use it, if you're going to spend the time, you really have to stand out. And so obviously LinkedIn is a great place for video. You can post your property videos, you can post your any other content that you want. And as I already mentioned, you can build really great articles on LinkedIn. All right, let's talk about TikTok, the elephant in the living room. I don't use it, okay? I'm not saying that it's bad. I think it's got a lot of buzz. It's exciting. One of my family members recently did a post on there that had 10 million views. I mean, it's almost hard to even imagine. TikTok takes obviously a vertical type video. It gives you the ability to do whatever it is that you're trying to convey. I think, to me, real estate is a serious business. It doesn't mean it can't be fun, but real estate is definitely a fun, it should be a serious business. You're there somebody's watching you on YouTube or LinkedIn. They are not going to want to see you jumping high in the air, pulling your shirt up, and just not that good. If you're using TikTok, good luck. We just don't use it. Next, Twitter. I'm not going to beat this horse to death. They control the data. If they don't like what you're saying, they just take it off. Very bad precedent for our country, 100%. But Twitter with video is a really great, it's a great post. It just looks good on Twitter. One of the things that we have been doing is we use, of course, Canva. But Canva is only a tool. It doesn't do anything without creative design. And of course, when you have a great video library as we do, we're able to put video in most of our posts. So Twitter is a good one. Again, it's supposed to be shorter. You can put a video over a minute. I think if you're going to be using social media, Twitter is definitely a good one. The next piece is really, we're going to go into YouTube. Okay, this is where we could, we could spend a lot of time. It has a YouTube. You'll see people selling stuff like, oh my God, when you get on YouTube, your business is going to explode. And oh my God, and if you put in the right captions and you do this, and you're going to have 10,000 people watching you. It is frustrating to see some of the huge numbers that people get on YouTube. And what I can tell you is part of that is being found, and part of being found, a big part of it is how you are putting tags and your thumbnail. So I'm going to play this video. I haven't played this in a while. Hopefully this will have the content in there that I meant to. I believe that I made this video for people that already have a YouTube channel, but I'm going to show you how to build followers. Let's take a look here. Diane, can you see my screen, the video screen up? Kerbuck, me. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, good morning. It's Bill Kerbuck, and I have an admission to make. I've made literally 3,000 videos, but I have really not taken the time to build my followers on YouTube, and that was a big mistake. So I'm going to show you how you can actually do two things. Create a link so that you can start having people sign up, and also to add that right onto every one of your videos. So we're going to start here at your channel.
The video.
You're going to have a channel. You're not seeing the video?
No, we're just seeing your page. So
the Kerbox Media?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'll come on. It's
just, okay. Got it.
I'm setting it up. Thank you, though.
Got it.
So when you have your channel showing on the screen, you're going to add in this copy at the end. Okay, this copy is very simple. For those. Hey, good morning. It's Bill Kerbuck, and I have an admission to make. I've made literally 3,000 of you that are not tech guys. It's really a matter of typing in the following. Start off with question mark. Then you're going to add the word sub, S-U-B, then underscore, right? That's not the, you want to use. Let me stop it here. What I'm doing is I'm giving you some, now it may seem complicated to some and child's play to others, but when you have the link, that means when you're at your channel, I'm giving you the code to type in at the end of your the code for your channel, and I'll play it back, or I'll put it in the chat, but this is how it works. The underscore, and then confirmation, C-O-N-F-I-R-M-A-T-I-O-N, and then the equal sign, and then 1. Okay, so we've added this at the end, and so now when we click on this, it's going to take us right to a subscription button. Now, one major consideration here. This is not a mobile tool. The subscription levels, YouTube does not allow you to subscribe by touching on the subscribe button from a mobile phone. Don't even ask. Have to be done really on a computer or a tablet. But now that I've shown you how to actually create a link, you can save that link and start putting that into different offerings to bring people in. But I'm going to show you now how to add a subscribe button right onto your videos. And this is how you do it. You want to go into YouTube Studio. Okay. And once you're in Studio, you want to go over to the left. Okay, this is called customization. Once you're in customization, then you want to go down, and let's see here. I think this is hiding here. Customization. And you want to click on the top branding, the word branding, and there you go. It's going to ask for your video watermark. This is where you have the ability to upload a little subscribe button. You can grab one of those, buy one of those from the web. You may have to play with it a little bit to get it the right size. I've always selected custom start time of 5 seconds. Okay, once that's done, then I hit the publish in the top right. Now watch what's happened to all of my videos. Let's go back to my channel. Okay, so now instead of, let's just pick a random video. Here's that video now. 4, 5 seconds right there. Now we got the subscribe button going right onto the into your channel. Hope that's been of help. For more information, go to www.kerboxmedia.com. Thanks for was that helpful or too fast? Let me refresh what we just did. We built a subscribe button. If John Smith is watching your video and he does not know how to subscribe, it's not on your video, and he leaves, you've lost a huge opportunity. Try and imagine this. You're in Daytona Beach real estate channel on YouTube, right? And people are liking what you're doing, they're following. And now you have 5,000 followers or 10,000 or whatever it is. Every single time that you, thank you, Jamie, or Jamma, every time that you put out a new video, it's going to be delivered right to them on their phone or their computer. That is the ultimate marketing system, right? So I highly recommend that you build a YouTube channel. Listen, if it feels awkward, it's okay. It is. But to just literally go to Google, you've got two homework assignments if you have. Go to Google My Business and claim your listing, and then go to YouTube and build a channel. And once that is built, then obviously you want to start to put some good content. Here's the thing that I see so often that I'm happy to be able to articulate to you early. Think about what you're doing with the channels. Basic as that is, it comes back to the brand. Don't be posting pictures of you, swimming in the pool, or your hair on fire or whatever it is. Think about the brand of your channel, and then start to do an introduction. Literally, hold your phone up, and you can make a nice video. Do it in a room that has good acoustics and has good light. If I'm talking about the bare bones thing, and do a nice video introducing people. Hey, it's Bill Kerbox. Welcome to my channel. I've dedicated this channel to providing all the viewers with everything they need to learn about video, about social media. So do me a favor. Thanks for watching, and click on the link and make sure you subscribe. Appreciate it. Boom. And you're off and running. So you can use the initial video spot to identify what you're doing. Yeah, Diane.
Hey, would it be okay to show us the steps of subscription? How a viewer would see something and then subscribe to that?
Yeah. So the key is, let me get out of here. Okay. So if I go, for example, to Curbox Media, and so this is very self-serving. Thank you for that, Diane. Appreciate it. Go to Curbox Media, right?
Mhm.
And you have the ability here. See, we're live right now. If I clicked on that, it'd be a little bit of crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
you can go into any of my videos. Let me go here. And all you've got to do is there should be a subscribe button on those videos and give you the ability to basically follow me on YouTube.
Can you open up a video and show us how you would do that, or would that?
Right there, the red button.
Got it. Perfect.
So one of the things that would be great if you did is if you follow me now on YouTube, and I can promise you that you'll see a significant amount of content. We're doing at least 10 videos a week for different clients. So you're going to be able to see what the other half is doing, so to speak. And those will be delivered directly to your phone, which is a really great way to do it. So please feel free to follow me on there. The next thing I want to talk about is frequency. Okay, so we've covered the fact that don't put yourself out of business trying to be the king or queen of social media, right? Make sure you've got them all. Make sure you're posting to them. I will show you a little secret solution for that, but I'm going to wait till a little bit later. So frequency, it depends on who you listen to. Frankly, it depends on how much time you have. A lot of people will tell you, multiple times a day. Some people will tell you do it once a day or every other day. It can be challenging. We at Curbox Media have a system that we connect all the social media, and then we do the posts for our clients. We use KV Core. We have area videos from most areas. So we're able to control that, right? We want to definitely be able to make sure that it's being done consistently. If you're, I know that one of the teams on this call right now makes access to that done for you system so that they can take their agents to the next level, because there's one of two things happening. Either you're spending too much time on social media and it's not working, or you're not spending enough time and you're not building it. And when you understand that the call to action component of all social media is critical. We don't like to put anything out that doesn't have a call to action. So for example, if you're an EXP agent, I think many or most of you are, KV Core has some fantastic tools. It's not about the KV Core website. No one's going to use it. They're not going to go there and find you. Oh, let's look. No, it doesn't work that way. What works about KV Core is making a squeeze page or a landing page, or grabbing the URL from the home value or a home search or the neighborhood report. So when you do that, you've automatically created a way for people to respond to what you're doing. So if you're doing social media and bringing value, give value. Let me see if I've got something handy here. So one of my favorites here, let me just pick one. I think we showed this previously. So this is an example of a mobile site that is used on social media, and the owner of this happens to be Matt Badiata. Matt can literally pull this up. It saves right on their home screen of their phone, and they can run an ad on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube while they're sitting at a red light, or better yet, they can text it to the client. So this mobile site is connecting the value of the video directly to one of the bigger values of KV Core, which is the neighborhood reports. Now, I don't know how many of you are aware of where to get that link, but it's at the bottom as you scroll down. Is in the thing called areas we serve, and you may have 5 or 10, or you may have 30. Each one of those is an atomic bomb waiting to use. So in this case, Matt used Carlsbad Real Estate. And so what happens when a client clicks on this, they now have a wide variety of information that's updated live every 15 minutes. If you went back to the link in 20 minutes, it's going to have updated information. But watch this. You can click on any one of these buttons and actually create a link at the top of your page that you could use with an image on all your social media. So we're basically really supporting you building your business around using KV Core. You know, the sad thing is that Zillow, after their bungle of the iBuyer, they've committed now to selling more agents. They want a huge number. So they're basically, you know, selling you these leads at a huge price. I talk on a daily basis. I've talked to one guy that did $70,000 a month on Zillow, and it's routine to have 10,000. So with KV Core is basically, I don't want to get too far into this, but KV Core is basically your own personal Zillow. And if you know how to use it, you can text it to your clients. I mean, that's the thing that's missing in today's marketplace. Everyone calls me, oh, I want all of this stuff done for me. Yeah, that's great. We do all that, and that has a place. But to be able to actually text message a client or a prospect or a past client, a quick video on your phone. Hey, Diane, it's Bill Kerbox. You know, it's been a long time. You know, we just had an absolute crazy sale over on the Bluffs. It was over 22 million. I was thinking about you. This could actually affect the value of your price. So I'm putting a link in the chat, in the text right here. Click on it. Let me know what you think. You send out 5 of those a day. You are going to be in business, right? You could try and spend a ton of money elsewhere, but get back to basics. But use video, use simple video, and use KV Core links. There's as I was showing you here, you have the ability to create so many different links. Watch this. This even has a foreclosure. So you go to the top of the page, you grab the foreclosure. It's a $5.6 million foreclosure, and you pull up your camera again, and you got all your past clients on there, and you know this guy's a builder, and you hold it up and you go, hey, John, it's Bill. Listen, I thought this might surprise you. We've got some foreclosures starting to come back on the market in Carlsbad. I'm putting the link below. Let me know. So now you go and you click on the link. You got them. I did this for a guy over lunch in Santa Monica. We had 12 calls. He got 5 people into the system. It was unbelievable because we did it for a property that was going to sell in 2 seconds and all of that.
Hey, Bill. There is in you know, in my understanding, there's a capability where if one of your clients in your database is searching a Carlsbad property, and then it pings you to say, hey, they're looking in Carlsbad. At that point, you can get them in a position through KV Core where all the listings for Carlsbad are being served to them in real time.
That's automatic. So
that's auto. Okay.
The beauty of KV Core is in, I call it the artificial intelligence. Technically, it's just basically responsive computer technology. And I actually did a video on this. One time, my wife and I are walking on the beach in Malibu. I was on KV Core. The phone rang. I picked it up. KV Core calls you when there's a lead on your website, if they give you enough information. My wife answered it and scheduled a showing for a $20 million house while we're walking on the beach. So the thing is that I'm gonna be generous here. 12 to 15% of people are using KV Core. They get caught up. That's too much. I had another website, another CRM. Get over it, because at the end of the day, KV Core, if you get your mobile site on your phone, you're able to get the leads and understand that when Diane Mills, excuse me, when Diane is looking for a house in Carlsbad and she puts in 4-bedroom, 5-bath, watch this. Diane's looking at that house, and all of a sudden, in the back end of your KV Core, you're watching every move she makes. But in the middle of the night, she starts looking at 3-bedroom. The system will do this at a reasonable hour. Diane, it's Bill. Hey, I just noticed that you're considering a 3-bedroom home now. That opens up some new possibilities. How about we get together for coffee tomorrow and take a look at 3-bedroom homes? KV Core will do that for you. You don't have to program it, right?
Yeah,
What
that's
we
awesome.
love
That's machine learning for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. So again, we're talking about social media, but if you're doing it, it's got to be worth it, and you got to bring value. So within the ability, or within the function of KV Core, you have so many unlimited opportunities. I feel like I may be getting myself into trouble here, because you guys are probably going to want to do a KV Core training. But the basic thing about KV Core is just to be able to go in and make a squeeze page, right? And that just basically is a search. Somebody is never going to go to your site and say, well, let's see, Johnny, what do you want here? Let's get 3 bedrooms and a pool. No, they're not going to do it. You go in and make a squeeze page, and you say, you put everything under $1 million, and you make a link. Hey, the market's hot, but I've compiled this list of everything in Carlsbad under $1 million. Click on the link. Are you kidding? You're going to be queen for a day, right? Or you use the home value link, or you say something to the event of La Jolla. Hey, you create a story. It could be print or video, and say, hey, John, I thought this might interest you. I know it's so confusing with all these third-party companies trying to be realtors, but our information is coming direct from the MLS and is updated every 15 minutes. Click on this link. This is your neighbor. What's happening in your neighborhood? Let me know. If you get back to business and you use your iPhone and you put a little video and you put a link to KV Core, you're going to make money. Now, I'll be honest. I've talked to and referred this to. I do coaching, consulting with my platform. I've turned on a number of people for this lately. How many of them do it religiously? Not enough. Not enough. What does that tell you? If you look at any successful agent in today's marketplace, they are active prospectors. They're not counting on, well, I'm going to run a $10 a day on Facebook and boy, I'm going to make it. You need to put good content out there with good value and a tool that can help you to bring it to fruition.
Hey, Bill, can I interrupt real quick?
Yeah, please.
Hey, I just want to let everybody know who's on the call. If you have a KV Core site and Bill's talking about all these great tools, if you go to your dashboard at the very bottom of the page that opens up, you see support and training. And if you click on that and then click on, I think it's agent courses or courses for agents, there's a bunch of basically like webinars, videos that will teach you how to use the site. Yep. So I hear a lot of people saying, well, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. It's really all spelled out. You just have to take a little time and, learn, but it's not difficult, and you shouldn't be intimidated if you're not super tech savvy, because it's really not that difficult.
Well, I know you guys, Matt, are kind of at the top of the food chain on that with what you're doing with your organization. I think at the end of the day, that's why everyone loves, and I'll get back to my original point. At the end of the day, the reason Zillow is doing well, agents, they will write a big check. They just don't want to do anything. They just want it done. And I know that the people that are building the big organizations like you, Matt, they are providing kind of more of a done for you approach, because they know that agent should be out doing two things: selling real estate or helping other people to join the organization. And if they're playing around with KV Core and social media and video, those things can take them off. So my success at Curbox Media has been handling that. It's done. We have a platform. And people like Matt that have understood that have started to work in that direction. There are other organizations that are, I'm going to call it recruiting, that are building, and they're offering, well, we're going to show you how to run a Facebook ad, or we're going to show you how to build a landing page. And well, yeah, okay, that could help. But at the end of the day, they're probably going to get off the call and not do it anyway. And even if they did, it would not be, they need to be talking to people about real estate. So do we have any questions? That's a good point about, watching some videos and learning the basics. I want to see if we have any questions before I talk about what's on my screen here. You don't have to make them up. If you don't have any, I'm going to keep moving.
Question from Kimberly.
Yeah.
So does a video and add a link to your KV? So you do a video and add a link to our KV course site.
Yeah.
Is that a URL or
yes.
website via text?
No, it's a URL. And the interesting thing is that, and I'm going to touch base on this, I forgot about it. You've got two primary places to host the MP4 video. When you make a video on your phone and you're going to text it, like I've been talking about, you're actually sending the raw video. That person could save that video and in a court of law. I'm just joking, but they would have that video. But if you do a video and from your camera roll, you can upload it to YouTube, creating a link. The issue with YouTube in some cases, many cases, is that video on YouTube will have ads on it, and it may actually have your, I hate to even say this, may even have your competition show up before your video plays. I know it's crazy. But you also have Vimeo. And I saw a client recently. I went up here to Winter Park, Florida, and I went in a high-end brokerage, and they were using Vimeo. I use Vimeo almost exclusively because it gives me the ability to create a nice link, and I can send that link to my clients. But the fun part, now watch this. I can go into my Vimeo, and with the right setup, I can make it so you can touch the video and it immediately opens up into the link that you've selected from KV Core. That means no landing pages, no nothing. It's built right into the video. So again, you need to know about where you're going to host your video. The common place is YouTube. There's its pitfalls. But if you're going to be doing a lot of video, you may want to also consider Vimeo, Vimeo. Okay. Any comments on that?
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
I missed an inquiry here from Jane.
Yeah.
Regarding Google My Business, what address do you use? We are a virtual brokerage. The address we use is really a post office box. It just goes to a place we don't use. I'm not sure that they accept that. You may have to use your home address, and then you have a button to click, a box to uncheck that says, I don't work out of my home. This is not a site. But it very well may take the PO box, but it's going to send you a piece of mail. I cannot tell you how many problems I'm having an issue with one of my clients right now where they can't get the card from Google My Business, because it's going into this big office with 20 other people in there, and it's getting trashed or somebody's throwing it away. So the short answer to that is you can use your home address. They're going to send you a card. You're going to get a number. You're going to go back in and you're going to authorize your Google My Business. It's not an automatic.
then they confirm your address. Then you're going to go and start to build it by doing the things that we talked about. We got about 8 more minutes. So
on that process, I would add, once it's verified, you can actually go in and remove the street address from your address on Google. So it takes the little pin off of your actual home location.
That's good. I didn't know that. I know that Google is very, very tricky. The people that have problems with it, they've done the wrong thing. They never seem to get out of the mess. They've had a friend or a
house number.
Huh?
I removed the house number, which then takes the
okay, cool.
actual house.
So that worked. How long ago was that, Corey?
I did that probably 4 or 5 months ago when I set it up.
Nice. Good. Yeah, Google My Business is really a fantastic tool. Last but not least, I wanted to talk, and this was not a part of our original thing. I want to talk about online reviews. That is the atomic bomb in the living room. You really, and one of the things that we do is we have a tool that finds them all and puts them in there and then allows people to do it, to be able to respond. The king place to have good reviews is on Google, but you've got Facebook, you've got Yelp, you've got Zillow, right? You've got all of those. So what I highly recommend is that you build your reviews on Google. When I go to buy anything right now, I'm not kidding. If I'm buying a hamburger, I will literally go and Google it. I don't want to, there's so many bad experiences. So it goes hand in hand with social media. I had a Coldwell Banker office in Westlake Village, and I ran a report on it, and I couldn't believe it. It was like Armageddon. I thought, holy shit, how are these people staying in business? And what happened was there were just a mile of bad reviews. Now, I know the president of the company. He's a great guy. The company is a very good company, but somehow or another, somebody got in there and they had a bad agent or whatever. You can't brand your company if you have a ton of bad reviews. You're just kind of trying to pour water on on an oil fire. I don't know if you've ever done that. It's quite an explosion. But highly recommend that part of your brand is your reviews too. And take the time to build your reviews. So I know this is a lot of data. We're talking about social media, we're talking about video, we're talking about TV core. So hopefully in the future, Matt and I and Diane are happy to have, we can do some other events. We'd love to do more, hands-on or extend this or find another way. So your feedback is very important. If you find this of value, please let Diane or Matt or myself know so that we can do it. It's a lot more convenient than traveling these days. It's not as powerful, but you can see there's a lot of areas that we can focus on. Any other questions?
Hey, Bill, couple things. With the regards to the.
Oh, you cut out. Diane? You cut out, hon. You start over.
With regard to the reviews.
Yeah.
And the order of them. Yeah. And how they're I guess you collated, I guess you could say. I don't know, how is that? What power do agents have on their side to make certain that the right reviews are there? Okay.
That is the best question of the day. And here's the short answer. You really don't have any control. Some jerk could come in there, and I see it every day. They've got, they want to take down the top dog, or you ran into their car in the parking lot. It doesn't matter. If you get bad reviews, your best case scenario is to respond, and you should respond to every every review every time. Should really be having that dialogue. and be humble. Boy, I've seen people go after the other people, and I've seen people be soft as as butter. And you want to really try and come up with a solution. And ask them, would you be willing to take this down? I really, my business, this is how I feed my family or whatever. So, but the order cannot be changed. But the one thing that can be changed, that can change everything, is new reviews. And I will tell you, video reviews indexed onto the web are 10 times as powerful as blah, 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 right? But because Google is so powerful, and next to your Google listing, they're going to put your reviews, so you may get hijacked. But you may type in Matt Battiata somewhere to go to his site, and all of a sudden, here's a video review. Matt is the bomb. He listed our home. He sold it. Diane's great. We love EXP. So highly recommend that you take a look and have part of your plan to build on new reviews, because that is truly where that's where everything lives. It's all online, and it's all in the reviews.
And Jane said she would love a KV Core webinar with basic setup. So we'll discuss that, what that looks like, and how we can facilitate.
There are webinars that live on KV Core that go over every topic you could imagine. You just have to click on them and watch them.
So those are all accessible.
Yeah.
And by the way, Phil, he has a lot of video testimonials. They will load on Google My Business if they're under a minute. That's the key. That's the key. So you can put video reviews and video on Google My Business. And of course, when it's in YouTube, well, YouTube is Google. So when you put a video review on YouTube, it's going to show up.
All right, guys. Thanks. Thank you, Bill.
Guys. Have a good day, you guys.
Thanks a lot.